What's up, YouTube? Say hi to my nephew and Keto. He's going to be our special guest today on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and do a mid drop fade on him and add a little bit of texture to his hair. I'll show you guys how I go ahead and do a kid's haircut. Alright, so go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so first go ahead and always comb the hair out, make sure it's straight. And I'm going to start with my Ergo clipper completely closed. I'm going to start in a flick out motion and go ahead and follow from the bottom of his vertical bar, dropping it as we get to the back, and I'm going to follow that all the way through. Next, go ahead and take your number 2 guard, and I'm going to go ahead and go up to his throttle ridge, flicking out. His hair is not too long, so it's pretty much going to blend into it. You might have to do a little bit of detailing later on, but go ahead and flick up and out into the top of his head, going off of his head. Next guideline is going to be with the lever no guard on there, lever completely open, and we're going to go up about another 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Now we have the 0 guard completely open, and I'm flicking up into that number 2 guard, and you're gonna see here that I'm not even gonna use the 1 guard. Just by flicking out and keeping the blade flush to his head, I'm gonna go ahead and be able to skip that number 1 guard. Now we're going to go ahead and close the lever about halfway and do the same motion. After this, I'm going to go ahead and close the lever all the way, and then now we're going to have a guard on there with a 0 guard completely closed after that, and you'll see me go ahead and close the lever up. And whenever you are cutting kids' hair, I've been cutting my nephew for almost 4 years now. You know, they always want to move and talk and all that, so just be patient with them. You know, keep your hand on their head to keep their head still, and you know, talk to them or give them, you know, an iPad or candy or whatever just to keep them distracted. I went ahead and gave him an iPhone, so you know he's sitting there distracted. But now I have my alpha clipper here, and this has that stretch bracket on there, so when you open the lever, it opens up to a 1 technically. So I'm using this to kind of just fade out the blend from the 0 guard to the 2 and just do a little bit of detail work. Now we're going to go ahead and remove that guideline on the bottom. Start with the lever open just to make sure I'm not raising it, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it down a little bit, about halfway, close it down another notch, and then completely close it until the line's completely removed. Folding out, go ahead and make sure to kind of go into the fade so you got that nice transition. But this is his favorite part of the haircut because he loves feeling the back of his neck when it's bald. As you could see earlier in the previous video, he's touching the back of his neck. Also back here, make sure to push their head down because they kind of get a little crease back there, so make sure you get all those hairs and it's nice and bald. But that fade was looking blurry. But now we're going to go ahead and do a clip over comb just to blend into the long hair on top, just cutting those little hairs that are sticking over. And you want to cut anything that's at the bottom of the comb, right, not at the very top. So cut anything that's sticking out from the bottom of the comb. Now we're moving on to the top of his hair, and we don't want to cut any length because we're growing his hair back out, and I'm just adding texture, so I'm just going in there point cutting, very simple. He's gonna cover his face because the hair is falling down. He hates that, but just going in there, just point cutting, as you can tell. Next, we're gonna go ahead and just remove some weight, but right here he's just asking questions. He asked me if it's sharp, what is it. They always, have questions, so make sure, let them know, let them play with it, just so they become more comfortable with, the tools. But right here, I'm just removing some weight, making sure I have a nice transition into the longer hair on top, and it's not too bulky. Go ahead and style his hair. I have this like wax thing. I don't know what this is. I found it in my garage, but you can tell how much texture it brings out. I kind of just rub it on his head, and then we're gonna give him a little bit of comb-over. But this works great for adding texture to the hair as well. Now we're just gonna go and comb his hair through and give him a nice little comb over, but that's pretty much gonna be it, YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you guys learned something new. That's how Nkito looked before, and that's how he's looking after. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, give me a like for Nkito, and I'll catch you guys on the next video, alright? I'll see you guys. I'm out.